students are able to be here, but
But this here, this. Downstairs or no this?
oh no.
That's what this room was. This room.
No, go to Ben. Ben just tells you switch up email.
Oh, no, where you go?
Ndio uja kupanga zile zote. Hata kwa hivi ngachukua kulima ngeke ukuta kwenda kama hivi.
This I'm there. I'm actually downstairs.
Okay.
For the new music,
Yeah. Ben. In fact, this is my class. Or this is my class, according to the timetable.
Yeah.
But then,
shifted the course on Friday.
yeah. So this is my class, but because I was thinking of you being Nene and the lecturer is the...
We are still young.
So we are imagining that there comes my student.
Yeah.
Here comes my student.
Just sit here. I'll go to the court.
Yeah, but where I'm going to go? Let's see the boardroom like this. They should come here because there are many we are
But you'll wake up. Are you?
They will be coming.
No black team out there coming in. Sure, but.
No, that's not right.
You know what? And not only that, so someone will try to change the views.
This is like movie.
Yes.
Change time. So
Good morning. Do we think someone for coming? Because I made this letter called that's on our phone. Somewhere else there. I know that at this we have covered a lot of ground since we started meeting. And quickly, I just want to check with you. I don't know very good at not taking with you. What I mean is, somebody is very good at not taking to somebody who is a passionate student. In other words, attends every class, never misses. So that's the only one who can work without to check with you. I don't see anybody. Meshakari used to be, these days she's a bit less. So far I think we did our introduction to bring you in focus with what is social protection is. We looked at poverty issues, we looked at poverty, segregation, inequality and vulnerability, and we're going to look at our introduction to social protection, and we looked at all definitions related to social protection. Also, we did touch on the social protection and the human rights, social protection framework, which I've always come to refer to as the backbone of your understanding of social protection. When we talk about social protection, if you can only understand its framework, then you are confident with what social protection is all about. And I think that framework, I did present it in a diagram form, and broke it into two, where we are showing the social assistance, social security, and also we are looking at the issues of social insurance, and also issues of all those things that fall within social assistance and something like that. And we looked at the social safety net, and there's one thing which we will be looking at, the basic needs approach, and we looked at the social protection risk management. I hope all these things you are aware of, and you know, and you note the relevant notes for that. We looked at the cash transfers. That's true. Did you look at cash transfers? Can anybody confirm? Where is it? Very good. All right. And today, because of our looking at the social protection, there are certain terms that we used over and over again, which I will need to look at in brief, so that we were just informed and see how best we can understand those things. And what I want to look at today is two terms that the board is on the other side. All right. So let's look at we shall look at poverty reduction, what it is in short. It could be a repetition, but a necessary repetition. because you cannot talk about social protection without talking about poverty reduction and why it's important. Then also, we shall look at, in short, at what we call asset building. And we say that one of the objectives of social protection is to build assets by individuals, how individuals build assets, or households can build assets, or how communities can build their assets, so that one, they can provide resilience in terms of economic or social shocks. Yes. Do you have a question? Now, having looked at these things, before we proceed to look at that, you note that why I started with the area that we have covered is because I wanted to also, in short, look at what we did as our midterm. What happens is that when we give you an examination, like a midterm or end of semester, or mid-semester or end of semester exam, is that it gives us a measure of one, how far we've gone, also whether or not we're in line with what we're supposed to deliver, and also it's sort of an assessment of how you have understood me, and also my self-assessment, whether I've been able to deliver. Because if I send a question to you, and all of you get it wrong, what it means is that I must have been wrong, right? In psychology, that's what we do. Because not all people can be wrong, and the one person be right. Never. It means the one who is right is wrong. That's what it means. So, this is what it is. So, I'll cover this also, we just look at this. Quickly look at this before we come to the action, because these things will also revolve around what we're talking about here. For example, water safety nets. We did cover these things, right? And I mentioned it. Social protection and what social safety nets are. Right? Which is very, very clear. And we did look at those, what the social safety nets are, and therefore there was no need to. They are just strategies, right? Which are supposed to prevent individuals from falling before poverty line or being vulnerable to social or economic shocks, and can continue to look at that. This is just a simplistic explanation by myself, but I think from your notes that you have and what you covered, we go much deeper into that to try to understand what it is. And when we look at the term or the concept of social safety net, we are also going to cover it in detail when we look at what we call the National Social Support Policy, right? And I think yesterday or the other day I tried to send in an old policy. Did anyone of you see something I sent in the group? An old policy on social protection. How many of you saw it? None. Nobody. So you don't check. I said to you, last night on the other social safety net, the policy. And we're also going to look at the Malawi National Social Support Program, right? Which actually looks at the safety net in the context of Malawi in a much deeper sense. And this should be able to inform you about what you are going to do in order to graduate, because these are the instruments that are going to guide you. So we shall look at this also as we proceed. Now, if you look at the number 2, which was your question, briefly explain how intergenerational poverty can affect human capital development. Right? Very simple. Very simple. We know what intergenerational poverty is. We did cover it in our first topic when we started looking at social protection. Very simple. It's that type of poverty which is transmitted from generation to generation, and the reasons why. You can go down into those. And now the question lies on how can it affect human capital development. Now, the issue of human capital development is going to be looked at in detail. We did cover that, I know. But we're going to look at it in detail when we try to analyze the National Social Support Policy and also when we are going to analyze the Marine National Social Support Program. Right? Number 2, number 1 and number 2. So we still have quite a lot of work. And what we are trying to look at here is that is it possible that an individual, a household, or a community can move out of poverty if you address issues of intergenerational poverty? That's it. Or the reverse. Is poverty related to intergenerational poverty? And if you remember, during our first lesson on this, we looked at how you can address issues of intergenerational poverty. Right? Mr. Piri, you were with us. We did cover that. And we looked at issues of human capital development. So there's nothing new about it. So how will it be around? The 3 was a simple thing that we always look at. You know, I like this. Just to test you how you understand. These are some of the concepts which are universal. Wherever you go, you get this thing around. If you're a social worker and you're dealing with issues of social protection or child protection or anything, you get these concepts in universal. Social assistance, for example. Right? Very simple. What is social assistance? And I got a lot of explanations on this. But the bottom line is it's a strategy by organizations or states to support poor and vulnerable groups with some sort of assistance in the form of transfer or whatever it is or something like that. Then you can go ahead to connect it to social protection. What is it? It's very, and take you back to the framework that I talked about, right? So your framework, then you have got social assistance. Then if you wanted to get your full 5 marks with it, then you mention some components of social assistance. That is right. And it's going to be a bit complicated. You go down to check whether social assistance can be contributed or not contributed. You'll be done. Universal social protection, this one was the most interesting, very, very interesting. And it is interesting because it's a bit complex. What we said was that universal social protection, right, is that measure or strategy where states or organizations provide social protection measures to every individual, irrespective of the status or condition of that individual, the universal, non-contributor, right? Something like that. And it goes on. Relative poverty, we did talk about that one. People say it's poverty where one family is better than the other family. That's it. Right? I don't think that we say relative poverty is that type of poverty where an individual, a household, or a household, is able to only manage 50% or half of its required daily subsistence or consumption levels. That's what is relative. In other words, you are poor, but that is you are able to eat or something, but not to the fullest of what you are supposed to do. Redistributive policy. I think you are in fourth year now, and you guys who have looked at this, and I know very well with you, right from second year, when we are looking at social policy. Also with you. Whether I'm a city or not, I've done this. Redistributive policy is that policy where they are trying to equalize, right, to address issues of inequality. Everybody is poor, yes. Provide assistance, yes. But the others who are poorer than us, right? So, redistribute, add something. Then we can go on to look at the types of assistance. We talked about cash in kind, remember? Can cash in kind be a redistributive approach to addressing inequality? Yes, it can be. Cash in program approach. What is a cash in program? Anybody will cover this? Yes, what is it? Cash in program. Nobody. component of social assistance, right? Or an element within social assistance, where an operational or a running program or service is complemented by cash. We assume that the program alone cannot meet all the needs of a particular individual or a household, and therefore you add something like a cash. And I gave an example, right? Right now, let's assume these guys are affected by flood in the south, right? They're being assisted. Do you know that the component alone is all about social protection and social security, right? You are aware of that? Are you? Or just talk about trade, you must relate it to the actual. What are we read about social protection? We looked at issues of risk and disaster risk management. Do you remember? Which is one of the pillars in the National Social Support Program that we are going to look at. Right? Which is also part of the safety net or social protection or safety net around. So, cash in program. Let's assume an individual gets a bag of maize in the disaster area. Because you want to help that individual to have food, right? That's what it means. And you give him the bag of maize and you go. Have we helped you? Really, we give you a bag of maize because you are affected by a disaster. What will you do? Would you have helped you? No or yes? Why? Why not?
Because they'll pay me the money to...
You have a bag of maize. Are you going to roast the maize? Are you going to chew it raw? Or what are you going to do? You need ufa, right? You need the meal. You need the salt. So, the cashing program is something to complement or supplement what you give as a social assistance. Right? That's how it is. So those guys who are getting these things around here, they will get something in the form of cash. You have to grind and get other needs to ensure that they have their food on the table. So all these things are practical now. We're talking at these things as a theoretical issue. But now we can turn these things literally into what we call practical application of your social work theory and practice. Right? So this is how it is. And how do you think they are doing it right now? I was just trying to check what is happening in the South. If a company is given 1,000 bags of maize, what happens? Do you think about this thing? What happens? Because the camp must have that maize ground into ufa, for them to eat. So let's assume there's no market. What will happen? Risk management. When we talk about risk management, how do you do it? Risk management is preparedness before it occurs and when it occurs. How do you deal with it? That's what we say, right? So what do you think is happening to these guys? There's men and there's no rescue. Because the Nepal also crashed all the forests, right? So what happens? So those are the things that on the ground will be dealing with. You are for an organization, okay, Saturday was very impressed. There's a student who is doing social protection here. He missed the mid-exams, right? And missed the class on Saturday. And called me. Because right in Russia, dealing with the disaster, okay, goes to an NGO. That NGO told me in Russia. And he's missing his classes and exams here. And now I was talking to him, you can see how your theory now is applying into the actual practice on the ground. So things like this. So this is how we look at this. So that is it. Interesting question, and I'm looking for somebody who's very clever to give me an answer to this one. Is social protection necessary? So let's look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4 ways. Is social protection necessary? Do you think it's necessary? But the question is explain with 4 clear examples to support your answer. Is it necessary? So, of course, the other object is not necessary, and they give the reasons why. I mean, I still respect your views. Right? I will respect your views and also give you my views with a number of the matters that I give you. That will be my views. If you say yes, then why don't you give an explanation why you think social protection is important? And you go back to your definition of social protection, what you can do, your objectives and why, all those things like that. So you can see how simple this thing was, right? The other one was, what is the means test in social protection? What is the means test in social protection? What is the means test in social protection? Johan, what's the means test in social protection? No, not yet. But I think this is one thing that we looked at when I looked at the contributory, non-contributory, right? All sorts of things around. We looked at the means test as a mechanism through which you identify people who need support most, right? Based on the criteria that you have set down to sift, right? Those who actually really deserve and those who don't deserve. And I gave an example. What is happening in the South now with the Nepal stuff is they are not using a means test. They are using a generalized view that everybody was affected, right? And everybody is benefited. That's why there was a thought that people have been moving from one district to go to Black or Sanji just to receive certain things. Yes. And some of the sports. Because nobody knows. Just you go to the camp and say some part of the people are affected and you get money. And now we should give people 2 million and whatever it is. So people are talking, they're just sitting there, putting the data close and the because there's no means test. It's not trying to check and verify the facts whether you are part of those people or something like that. So a means test is a mechanism or a technique that we use in social protection to identify people who actually deserve from those who don't deserve. And when you use the means test, it means there are certain indicators or indications that you use to sift who benefits or who doesn't benefit. You see, so these are just the short snippets to remind you about what you have covered so far. Because I think this is what we did up to where we are doing our short exam here. In your own understanding, explain how social assistance can improve a household's livelihood. This is the cheapest question ever to come. Does that make sense? Does it make sense? Yes, it does, I'm sure. So, here we look at this. What do you understand by social assistance? Right? Go back to your framework. You have your social assistance, right? Non-contributory. Down there, you have those elements within social assistance. Why do we, the question should be, why do we have all those issues down there? It's because we want to improve households or individuals' livelihoods. Right? We want people to have something to meet their basic needs. School feeding program, something like that, right? Public works, those who cannot get employed by the energy and the labor to build assets and things like those. This is how your exam was designed. I just want to make sense out of it. So it's actually followed from where we started to where we stopped when we were looking at what we are doing now. Having said that, now let's look at the dashboard. What do you do is just ask. Anybody, any cleaner here? Because you're breaking the rules, so you're a sinner. The sinner should just say, okay, so this section is what we shall look at here, just in a short, as the poverty reduction. What is it? As I said, we are going to meet this when we look at the NS MNSSP and the MNSSP too. But I just want to make a point here for you to be able to follow what is on. Now, for you guys, I want to give you, to encourage you to follow what is happening with the disaster that we have. It has come at the right time. Of course, this is bad for me to say it has come at the right time. But it is giving us lessons that you can exercise your thinking about the theory and practice, right? There's so much about theory and practice in this disaster that you should take time to look at it. If you were you out there, you are a practitioner, what would be your contribution, for example, right? One of the serious mistakes that government has made, I'm saying this, if government says it's not a serious mistake, that's a trap. But I'm saying this as an expert in this area of human, whatever it is, right? Is that we are so obsessed with it. Of course, it is necessary. In social work, we say that your response to an issue of your service user is determined by the degree of risk of that individual. Do you remember this statement? Right? The degree of risk in your service user is the one which prompts you to come up with an intervention which must address that risk. It's clear. So if a risk is likely to cause death, that gives you number one priority to deal with that issue. And that's what government is doing. The issue of a disaster in the south has an immediate and likely risk to cause death. It has caused death, right? So government response has been to look at that component and trying to avert a further occurrence of loss of lives, right? That's why they're rushing into all these things, camps, feeding, whatever it is, Medicare, and things like that. That's the best way to look at it, right? If I were there, I would do that. Risk management, you look at those things. What is the likely risk? And what is the degree of danger, right? These are your acts. Now, when you look at these things, then you move to the second issue. You have been saved from death, you have been given food and shelter and bed care. What next? That is the question which has not been answered today. The issue of a disaster is much more of a mind issue, psychological issue. Right? What are they doing to address issues of psychosocial disorders of individuals who have been affected? A husband has lost all the children and the wife. You give him food and shelter. He's not healed yet. It's true, right? A child has lost both parents. You give him food and shelter. Is not healed yet. So if the wife has lost the husband and the children, cannot be healed. So the issue of psychosocial care has been neglected. So, right? That's one biggest mistake government has done. That's one. I'm saying this without regret. If they call me of the challenge, I will tell them all. Right? I will tell them all. They have left everything to religious leaders. It's not a from Christianity and so on. That's not it. The mind of the individual is quite different from what just here. It eats at you as an individual. That's why they need social workers, psychologists, clinical psychologists, and so on to deal with these issues of depression and stress. Because everybody does in those circumstances, they're depressed, right? And they're under serious stress, and their relations who are very anxious. So anxiety, depression, and stress, three things are working on individuals. Nobody's working on those things. Right. So try to follow those things and see the actual professional arguments which are coming around. I remember 1998, whatever it was, similar situation in Karonga. And Kamuzbana shut down all social welfare offices, and everybody was in Karonga. In deep water, gumboots and all sorts of things, and other dog things, this and things, all sorts of things, everything was heal the mind, right? And it happens. That's what they should have done. Get all 4 year students at the University of Viroma down to the camp to and get them downstairs. It's going to help. And we are in there. Yes? Alright, so let's look at the poverty reduction so that we link up with what we looked at and the thread that was the need from your first question in your mid-semester to the last question. That's what I want to do. So I said, poverty reduction. Just to you seem to be very quiet.